This episode is being recorded out of Shoptalkpodcast studio in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit shoptalkpodcaststudio.com.
Over West Side, everybody know everybody, right? I got nothing but love in my heart for West Side niggas, nothing but love.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from Detroit.
Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on their mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man, Jay Johnson, a.k.a. the tinfoil hat titan, a.k.a. the conspiracy realist, a.k.a. the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, a.k.a. I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say, J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't roam without me. Mister, if you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, a.k.a. the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, though? It's your man Dame, 3_313, the West Side landlord, the pride of PA, High Chief Dame don't fuck around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these 4 letters. Thank God for Dame. And if they speaking on Dame, they better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you not saying it right. Let's go.
Yo, welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 301.
On you hoes.
What's up, nigga? What's up, my brother?
What's up, man?
How was your week, man?
My week is good for the. I see you looking at me. I'm just gonna get it out there. I cut my fucking head shaving. All right.
Jesus.
And and your brother said like I got a little Mr. T stripe in the back. So before I go out tonight, like I gotta go back. I gotta double back to the house.
What's the problem, man? How come you can't get this shit together, dog?
I'll be honest. I'm just not good at this. So let me say this: when I take my time, it's immaculate. I don't cut. I followed your advice. I bought the pre-oil shit. Perfect. Today, first of all, I'm higher than a light bill, and I shouldn't have been shaving high. That's probably where the first problem started. But I was like, shit, my boy in town real quick. I know we're going to be in the streets tonight. Let me just go ahead and get my shit together. Performed surgery to the back of my neck. Nigga been bleeding out for an hour, and I got a stripe in the back of my shit. I might just still roll with the stripe because I don't
put a hat on, I guess.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. And I got on a hoodie tonight, but
I can damn near shave without a mirror, dog.
I can't. It helps. So like, my daughter has been home with me all week, and that's my dog. That's my favorite child. But just don't tell the other kids. But she been home with me all week, and she been helping me like get the mirror together and get me tight. Cause Dwayne was like, just teach her how to shave your head, and I'm like, nigga, I can't trust her to that level yet because she's still petty. So I can't trust her to shave my head, but I can trust her to hold the mirror. So she been getting
pretty
me tight.
Trustworthy though. Like the older one, right?
Yeah, she down. She down.
She
down, but I know she'll like. I can't leave $200 out around her. You know what I'm saying? Like I love her, but if she got a chance to pick Air Max or something else, she gonna go with Air Max. I mean, I don't trust her like that.
Yeah. I don't think I don't got nothing crazy this week. This week been pretty smooth.
I like that polo hoodie.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I do. That's just it.
It was a Christmas gift.
This year's Christmas?
Yeah.
Did you buy any gifts to anybody else for Christmas? Because I remember you saying that you weren't.
I mean, why we gotta talk about that?
I just want to know. Valentine's is coming up. You buying somebody something for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I did buy. I bought a Christmas gift.
Okay, now we switched to a new holiday.
I went to let me see. I bought 2 gifts on Christmas. Yeah, it was pretty cool Christmas.
Now you doing something for Valentine's Day, nigga?
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Nothing. Ain't no shame in my shit. Nothing.
I think I got some sessions on Valentine's Day.
I mean, it works for me.
I did see you was open. I seen that.
Yeah.
So I'm not a proponent. I feel like Valentine's is canceled this year.
Why you say that?
Because Super Bowl is on Sunday, and that outshines Valentine's Day.
To be perfectly honest, you know what? Before I talk about this, I'm gonna introduce our guests because they may have something to say about this. So listen, we got 2 guests. they record a podcast out here. I enjoy their pod, but I'm gonna let them do their little. Not they little. But I'm gonna let them do their intro.
Yeah, corrected. Thank you.
I'm gonna let them do their intros.
I wish I had a lot to say like y'all. That was dope. I like that. That was dope. That show y'all characters.
Thank you. It took a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
Of course. I'm Adore. We are part of...
I'm Daisy, and we are Real Talk with Adore and Daisy.
I was hoping y'all did that.
I was feeling like it was supposed to be more cohesive.
Yeah, we got to practice on ours.
But somebody got like a stutter step because they high too.
No. She just came with I'm Adore, and we were supposed to be.
I was going to flip it on the back end about that. But my week was good. It was busy. We've been in here like 5 days this week.
No fly-outs?
No fly-outs. Not this week.
Not this week.
So listen, Monday being the so Monday is Valentine's Day. So it's like the perfect day for a nigga with two different girls. Because like which day do you celebrate? Because like the weekend, you can either be with your girl on the weekend, right? Be like, cuz, Monday is just...
Yeah.
There you go.
Or
give them the game, Jay.
Decide can actually get the actual day because you like this is like a 4-day. Yeah. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like it's a 4-day.
It's a 4-day. It's a 4-day weekend for sure.
It's one of those hard. It's difficult to catch a nigga up on this.
Definitely would have called off on Monday if I had to. I'm off, but I'm just saying, like back in my day, would have called off.
Back in my day.
So like you would probably be like a Saturday and Monday.
The whole weekend, Friday,
but Sunday,
Saturday, Monday.
Wow. Why are you boxing out that man's whole life?
That's wild.
I mean, because when it's your man, it's like
what
that
it's
every
supposed
weekend.
to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the sneaky shit this week. Oh damn! When it's gonna drop? This
No,
on Saturday. It'll be like
Saturday is when you need to get your sneaky shit off.
No, it's probably gonna be Sunday.
It got to be today
On the
or
Lord's
Saturday.
Day.
Sunday's
I feel a little
Super Bowl
bit.
Sunday. So if you,
you can't.
If you're not available, it's gonna be like I was at a Super Bowl party.
Bam.
Wow.
Why I can't come to the party?
Because it's gonna be niggas.
It's
there.
guys. It's just
And
the
they
fellas.
got girls too. So
Now
we
they're
not
not
gonna
bringing
be
their
there.
girlfriends. It's just the
Y'all
fellas.
say-
Because the actual
Y'all
Super Bowl
love
party
acting
I
like
got,
people
they
not
was like,
bringing
is y'all
their
bringing
girls.
y'all wives? They was like, nah.
Certain shit you just don't bring your lady to. You just don't. I want to enjoy it in its full essence. I don't want to be babysit.
And it's certain
I want to
things you
drink
don't
as
bring
many.
your nigga to.
Why is when you with your girl, you being babysit?
And at a Super Bowl party, it is being babysat because I want to, I'm probably not supposed to be eating certain shit. She know I ain't supposed to be drinking 4 Miller Lights before I have some wings. But I want to do all of that shit because I'm with my fellas.
Oh my
and that's just what guys do. And I don't want you giving me the look from across the room like you're going to get another slice of pizza. You're going to be up all night. I don't want that. I just want to eat my pizza and drink my liquor in peace. So you don't be at home with your friends. Y'all go.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
They celebrated that last weekend or this week.
This weekend.
Look, I don't want to give away the whole secret, but I can shake you for 3 days.
3
for sure.
days?
For sure. 2 at least.
You can
2
shake
bare
them
minimum.
for 3 days?
That's crazy.
That'd be the last time you ever shook anything if it was me.
Yeah, I don't, 3. That's a lot.
Two at least. 2 at
Guys
least.
move different, and I feel like that's how they get caught. Like if we talk all the time before this weekend, and then this weekend you just suddenly busy out of
that's a
nowhere,
red flag.
that's a red flag.
No, we still gonna talk. And you can probably
Yeah, that's what's crazy nowadays. They talking. The guys are gonna talk. They're gonna talk. Like,
But the whip, like, listen, the women is out cold. They'd literally be like, hey, I'm such and such, I'm with whatever. Like, they have a whole conversation, and the nigga don't care. The side nigga don't care. Had a whole conversation and shit. Like, that's the super. Fuck around, be on FaceTime. In the car. Because, like, you ain't about to say, yo, flash the whole car while you on FaceTime. You just be like.
who not saying that?
Well, niggas is not going to tell
Don't call
a
me
woman.
from the bathroom. Don't do that.
Like, not your own bathroom?
Don't FaceTime me from the bathroom.
Like you have to go in the bathroom.
You need to see the house.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't call me
Oh,
from the
I said,
bathroom.
I'll be in the bathroom all the time on FaceTime and shit.
No, because why you in the bathroom? I know you wasn't just in the bathroom before I called.
It's just a room in my house. I'm just moving around. I'm cleaning.
If you moving around, that's different. But if you just in the bathroom holding a conversation on FaceTime, red
Because
flag.
you don't want to hear this conversation.
I mean, I don't think the bathroom acoustically is good for secret conversations. No way. That shit bouncing everywhere.
You say bedroom.
Yeah, somewhere where she shouldn't just be walking unauthorized. So I can go in my bedroom and close the door and have a
Okay.
conversation.
And that's where you, okay.
While the other one downstairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's taking you? So are you okay?
Who's asking downstairs?
You okay up there?
You just supposed to be a guest. Watch Netflix. Catch up on Ozark till I come downstairs.
That's funny.
That's wild. Did you see? It's a. I seen a girl post that little. You know how they be doing little meme videos and shit. And it's like, hey, y'all have a nice day. The first time you leave her at your house. And you're like, I'm just gonna be watching Netflix and everything.
She's all through the house.
All through the nigga
all
shit.
through the
switching
house.
the pictures.
With your gun.
All that.
Like, so I was living with this woman at the time, but like I was at work working midnights, and she called me because she shot the gun off in the house.
Come on.
Man, what?
And like she said,
What the fuck were you doing?
She said she thought she heard somebody or some shit.
She made that up.
And I'm like, but so like in our bedroom, there's a lock on the door, and inside the bedroom there's a closet, a walk-in closet with the lock. I'm like, why wouldn't you just? I mean, first off, you should have called me, locked yourself in the closet or some shit, and like that bitch went through the wall. I'm like, no, this is an apartment
It went
complex.
through your wall or somebody?
Yes.
Oh, like
And it went through. Yes.
Damn.
So that morning, I went to my pop's crib and got some plaster and shit, and I smoothed that shit over and shit, right? Then, like about an hour or so later, like the leasing people came and started looking around and shit. They said something came through the wall of a neighbor, but they couldn't see the shit because that shit was all, you know what I'm saying, it was smooth. I was like, well, shit, I don't know, man. I work midnight, so I just got home. Because that's the truth.
You just got home.
But like, yeah, that motherfucker went through the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is
Why
you
the
doing?
fuck is she in the mirror, standing in the mirror trying to look hard with your fucking gun?
And I'm like, so it wasn't even a shot from the bedroom. Like that shit was like in the living room. Like, so you came out like Magnum PI some shit? Like, I don't know. So we ain't together.
Why are you touching shit?
Like
Why are
that-
you touching shit? That's
But we
just
still-
what it is.
we
Why are you
still
touching
friends
shit?
and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I talked to her about a year ago. I'm like, all right, it's been a long time. What the fuck happened that night? She's
happened
like,
for real?
no, it happened for real. I'm like, all right, you
So
gonna
she
keep
heard
this one.
something.
All right, you gonna keep this one with you forever. But like,
That's real.
you was in that bitch playing. She's like, I was trying to take it off safety. I'm like, it don't have a safety. So I don't know.
She's in there fucking around with the gun in the mirror, put on one of her best outfits and just
Thankfully,
like this with
she
the
ain't
bitch.
hurt herself
Right.
or somebody
That's
else.
a fact, right? Because like, what?
Yeah. Going through the wall, that's extreme.
That's extreme.
That's extreme.
But
those are good bullets. Good bullets.
But like, leave people shit alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, especially when you a guest. When you a guest.
But when you say, see, a guest and like somebody you deal with, I'm not really gonna just leave somebody that I might just be kicking it with at my house by themselves. Like when I'm leaving, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, I feel. I completely agree.
So I
with
feel
that.
like y'all on a different level if you just leaving somebody and they can just roam around y'all. You gotta trust them to some certain extent.
No, you're right. I give you that.
So usually like the girl that can't stay without you, like not gonna be. She probably nervous or something because y'all not there yet or something. Or maybe
Well, that could have been like the first time and you were trying to test it out. Like I thought I miscalculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how'd you find this? I've been looking for this shit. How'd you find it?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's weird.
Being nosy as fuck.
Women are nosy.
Man, really though. But so it was something. So clearly I listened to your pod because I be in it, but I don't listen to everybody pod who record out of here. And it's a couple different episodes that I took some things from, and there was a statement that damn, I don't know. I think it was one of y'all said.
me. I know me.
One of y'all said there is no. No, it was you, Daisy. There is no privacy in marriage. Y'all was talking about privacy, and you said there is no privacy in marriage. First off, Dane, what do you think about privacy in general?
I think just as an adult, you're afforded a certain level of privacy, just plain and simple. Like there should be not that I need to hide something from my wife, but there should be certain things that like you just respect that like that's my shit. Like
Okay.
just
I can
please don't go
respect it.
through my shit.
I can respect it.
Yeah, and I mean you probably got certain stuff like I'm sure you have a closet full of beautiful clothes, bags, shoes. Like if you see your husband coming out your closet, you know, not implying nothing, like he just walking out of there. Maybe he heard something fall, went in there and put it back up. But you just see him walking out. You like, why the fuck you in my?
I'm not.
Why you fucking you in my
doing
shit?
That. I'm not doing that because you better not do it when I'm walking out of your shit.
Okay.
So you're not doing it because you want that same thing
Yeah, I want that
reciprocated,
same
or
energy.
You're not curious.
I'm not mad about. I feel like it's no privacy in a marriage. I really feel like that. Like,
Elaborate on that though.
Go through phones, go through pockets. Your information is my information.
if I feel like that, yes.
So if you ask if you was to ask your husband, let me see your phone, he's supposed to immediately hand it over.
So listen, I had this problem.
As he should.
And it became an issue. It wasn't even my problem with my relationship, you know what I'm saying? But it ultimately ended up being an issue because like we got a group chat, right, with fellas in it, and some of them married, some of them not. And like information that you share I shared this thinking that it was gonna be for the 3 people or the 4 people eyes only.
Text,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if your wife has a clear access to your phone or listen or watch or whatever, it's like I'm gonna remove you because I'm saying this shit in it may not even be no freaky shit, no.
I mean,
fly
I'm
shit.
not
It could
saying
be,
that we just go through each other's phone every day, like we go, but and then I don't feel like your boys got to know that in the household that it's no privacy here. Like,
yeah, but one of the homies' wives said something to somebody else, and like it became a bigger
we'll
issue.
See,
'Cause, like,
I could understand that,
but you don't have the proper context for none of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just not for you. I don't even want to see your.
She waiting to come. She waiting
I'm
to come
not
with some
waiting
shit.
to
I
say-
see it. Because you said, I know, but I heard the but.
That's like I don't know if y'all ever seen The Hangover.
Yeah.
Y'all know Stu, even though that wasn't his wife at the time. Well, they never got married, but he had intentions on marrying her. But like how he felt about privacy.
Yeah.
And with the rest of them, they looking at him like, no, bro, like we on a trip, we don't gotta, we not telling the wives this, that, and the third. Like,
I'll give a
that's my
perfect
favorite
example.
movie. But
So y'all do this pod together because y'all been friends over a decade, longer than that, but over a decade, and y'all probably share sensitive information back and forth. Not like who you dating. It could be something that you never told somebody because it was vulnerable to you or whatever. And like, what if you found out that insert person here? Yeah, I read that shit. Like, I don't want you to read my deepest, darkest secret to my best friend because that shit is.
I'm gonna feel violated.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm only sharing that information with you.
And I'm only sharing it because I believe this communication is just with us.
Yeah.
I mean, well, then delete that shit. I don't know. Delete if you feel like delete that.
Why do you feel that there should be no privacy inside of a marriage though? Like I'm not trying to judge. I just want to hear like the valid reasons why you feel that way. You are married, am I correct?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, and this is something that you practice like today. Okay. So, sometimes people say like I tried it and this would work for me for 6 months. But no, y'all practicing this right now.
I just feel like when you have a certain level of trust with your partner, what you see is what I see. Like, I'm not about to go and talk about nobody else's business, like, even if I seen it. So, I mean, what goes on in our household stays on in our household. If I went through your phone in our household, this is something that I've learned it stays in our household. It doesn't leave the house.
So you saying like,
I feel like privacy it shouldn't be no privacy when it's trust.
so if somebody texts his deepest, darkest secret and you seen it, you saying you leave it in the house?
I'm leaving it in the house. In the phone.
But you know they deepest, darkest secret. So you gonna like information that you would not normally have is gonna be in your mind the next time y'all talk. Or it may be a situation where like, because I saw what I saw, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna allow you to do this or whatever.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being 10 steps ahead?
That's an unfair advantage though.
It's an unfair advantage.
Unfair to who?
The person who shared the information.
Okay, but now that I know this about you, I may be able to help you without even saying that's comforting to them. They may not want to tell nobody else their deepest, darkest secret, but
Why are you trying to help me for something you shouldn't even know about?
why wouldn't I try and help you?
It's not for you to know though.
Yeah, this
Okay, that's what y'all saying. But if I find out, I'm gonna do my best to help you now, like without saying.
I don't want you to.
You probably don't, but you probably need the help.
But that's the thing. You should not be giving it to me because.
But I'm telling you why. Now I'm telling you now. I know.
So ultimately, what end up happening is
no, you got to remove him from the group chat.
Niggas
remove him. Okay,
but his friend gonna probably feel away because you might not have no ill intent, but this is something that I only wanted.
He's never gonna know that I know. He's never gonna know that I know.
Right, but you said you might try to help him without him knowing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm never gonna I'm saying help them without them knowing. Like as far as having a conversation, but now that I know, boom, this is a hurt spot. I'm not gonna say. Something that I normally would have said. That's all I'm saying.
I get you. So ultimately what ends up happening is niggas stop sharing personal shit in the group chat. So it's like, yo, I'm not putting this shit in here because
Now it's just like, did y'all watch the game last night?
Yeah, it's
y'all see James Harden got traded?
Or if it's a one-on-one or like we about to do a group FaceTime right quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even like, yo, you got caught cheating or some shit. It could just be like, yo, this information just really ain't for you. And then
you did get caught cheating. You got caught cheating on the fellas because you couldn't keep the information low.
True that.
You got caught cheating on the group.
Never know.
And then I don't mean to sound disrespectful.
Go ahead.
Oh, you know what niggas say
I'm
that.
trying to hear. Go ahead. I'm listening.
But like, if I'm the homie and I find out that like my homeboy's wife, even if she don't bring it up, like we just talking in the barbershop, throwing back drinks, and he be like, "Yeah, I let Daisy go through my phone." So even if
he's never coming at, that's what I'm saying. Like what happens in the house stays in the house.
Okay,
I would never know I went through his phone. He's never gonna come just, oh yeah.
Okay,
what if it was something really in there, like he was doing something and you call him and he's venting to his friend like, "Oh, she went through my phone and saw this."
What you mean with it?
Ain't no what if I saw it all.
Yeah, because if you vent to somebody, I'm going to talk to you because you're my husband. I'm going to talk to you about our problems. That's why I shouldn't be no privacy. That's a valid point to me.
I do think outside of this, I think just like on a human level, like everybody, like that's like a natural right that everybody needs some form of privacy. Just for
like don't touch my shit. Just like
I hear
it's there. It's there. I'm not hiding nothing. But just
y'all gonna call me petty, but I got a diary, and I literally write in a diary what I feel because I personally don't like venting about everything because I have a problem that it may get in the wrong hands.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like certain stuff really just can't be repeated. Like if I'm telling you something, I really don't want it to be repeated, and some stuff people have done before in the past, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm gonna write it to the paper. So that's like therapeutic for me.
Right.
So somebody came over my house and it was open a little bit. And like he must have skimmed and read it because he like read me what I said, and I remember me writing this, a couple days ago. And like he got mad at what I said at the paper. And I'm like, you was never supposed to read it. And he was just like, well, it was out, but this is my house. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have had it on the table, but I never thought
you can have it on the table in your house.
Yeah, because it's my shit, and that's all that's just the level of privacy I'm asking for. Like, yeah, it's out, but you know that it's mine. You're in my space. It might be a shared space, but you know that you're in my space. I'm just because. You know what? I don't want to make it sound like crazy because I understand.
It don't sound crazy.
No, I'm just saying. Like I was married, and when I was married, certain shit that went on in my house, that shit between me and my wife. And if it worked for me and my wife, I ain't got to answer to nobody else about the shit. So I get it on that end, but. Probably there was certain shit that went on in my house from the outside looking in. I was like, nigga, that shit weird as fuck. But look, I had to do what I had to do to stay married. So I mean, it's probably the same, not to that extreme, but it's probably just the same thing. Like, look, this worked for me and my wife.
So
and that's just what it's gonna be.
I completely understand it because the bond or the loyalty that you have to your partner, like it supersedes everything else, right? So like I get it and I understand it, and to an extent I'm not even mad at it because like, this is my wife though, or this is my husband, like this is like forever, we been cool forever, the whole 9 yards, but like this is a different bond. So I definitely understand it, but being one of the people not inside of that union, it's like, okay, well, if I send this, another person may watch it, may see it. So now I got to find a different way to communicate because I don't want this information out. You know what I'm saying?
They got audio message, they delete.
Yeah, for sure. I use audio, video. Like, this call, I pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
DMs. Hey, nigga, I see you at the studio on Friday. I want to show you something.
Yeah, some shit I'm just not going to put I mean, I'm a private person. I mean, which is, we've been doing this podcast, and I do.
And if you're really private, you know how to be private.
That's a fact.
Fair
You
enough.
share without sharing.
For sure.
You know? So that was interesting. So I got a bunch of other stuff that y'all was talking about that I always thought was cool. And I'm listening. I'm like, man, I can't jump in the convo because y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all doing y'all shit. So, well, the name of y'all podcast is Real Talk with Adore and Daisy. Why did that come about?
Well, I can tell you because we didn't have one genre that we wanted to stay in. We didn't have one area that we wanted to talk about. Everything we wanted to talk about was like real life situations.
Yeah.
So that's where Real Talk came from.
Adore and Daisy came from, well, really, I always went by my real name in my whole life. But, like, she was just like, when we get on the podcast, we going to have real talk and real situations, but we could be whoever we want on the podcast.
It took a minute for y'all not to keep calling each other by their real name.
Man, what? The first few episodes.
Because I don't call her. Well, I call her that now. I try to, but I always go by my name. I still do. It's so funny my papa called me Adore now.
Yeah, so that's where the name come from.
Well, how'd y'all meet? When y'all connect at?
High school.
Cass
Tech.
All right. They get it. Everything's okay now. Everything's
What?
okay.
You went to Cass?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did tell us that.
But he ain't graduate. He ain't
From
graduate.
Cass.
Yeah.
So you can't be claiming it if you ain't graduate there.
I mean, I went there. I got
You just
lifelong
went.
friends, you know. I spent as much time as Cass as the school that I graduated with, so I split equal. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I got lifelong friends.
You started at Cass, so you started on the right.
Yeah, my
right
parents went to Cass, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, they lit.
That's the whole reason I'm here. Shit. Without them
Yeah.
being there, Cass, and this nigga over here too.
You went to Cass?
That's my brother. So
Oh.
he wouldn't be here if it wasn't
No,
for
if
Cass.
Say that's where they met.
Yeah.
Cass got some love stories. It's some.
I got a brick from when the original Cass,
from
when
the
they
original
when they
Cass.
tore the
They
building
tore it down with
I went and
your
grabbed a
10th
brick.
grade year?
My ninth grade
Ninth
year.
grade year?
Ninth grade year was tearing it down.
Yeah, I mean I graduated in 2000 though. So
99.
Shit.
yeah. So I was laughing when y'all had another guest on there and y'all was calling he was referring
was
to y'all
calling-
as old and he was like the baby.
Yeah.
He was like, damn. I'm like, that's how y'all only like 4 years apart.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but still,
yeah.
that should be. Cass lit them.
Yeah. So y'all gotta so tell people about what they expect when they listen to the pod.
Depends on the episode.
It definitely depends on the episode.
It depends on what guests we have, how deep they want to go, whatever the topic is. But what they can expect is like real relatable situations, real
Definitely.
relatable conversations. You know, that might not have been you before, you know, now, but that's something you could have went through in the past. Or that's something that you might have wanted to talk to one of your friends about, but you don't know how to start the conversation.
Definitely relatable situations. We talk about some things we've been through, some things we've seen other people go through.
Dating. Is marriage a thing of the past?
Going to
we talk
church.
about that today.
Is what?
Is marriage a
Marriage a thing of the past?
Yeah.
What y'all think?
I think the traditional values and ideals of marriage are a little bit antiquated.
Whew.
I do.
Okay.
I'm not saying that marriage itself as an institution is like a thing of the past. No, it can still work, but it needs to work a little bit differently in order to be a little bit more efficient, is what I think.
Oh, okay.
Because
What do you mean by that? When you say like the
so I akin marriage to like basketball. You know, at one point in time, there were just 5 positions: 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center on the floor. And it was a more traditional style of basketball. But as the game evolved, as players evolve, it looks a little bit differently. Your point guard now in 2022 don't look like a point guard from 1998 because the game has evolved. It's changed. Marriage has evolved and changed. Now, I still believe that we've gotten away from a lot of ideals of marriage. That's why we've seen so many changes, because marriage is about service, not necessarily about being in love and I'm always wanting to be with this person. Marriage is strictly about service. I, as a man, provide, cover my family, and I serve the family. I am the top layer. My wife, you know, she takes care of me. She takes care of the home. She serves the children. So there's all a purpose in there. Love is like, we mixed love into it about 400 years ago, and it, you know, it changed the game at that time.
I agree.
And
you got that reversed though, because initially the
It was about-
intangibles is what was there. Now, what we call marriage today, being with the state and like responsibilities and things of that nature, that was added in later. Because, you know, you got the spiritual marriage and then you got like the paperwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think marriage is a thing of the past. And I don't think it has changed because there's nothing new under the sun. And what I mean by that is all the same emotions we have are the same. Envy, jealousy, deceit. That shit been here forever. Now, you may use a different tool to be deceitful. So it could be DMs or some shit, or it could have been you going down to the roller rink and like, so deceit, anger, infidelity, all that shit is still at play because we emotional beings and we working off these same emotions. We just using different tools to do it. So back in the day, they was like, yo, niggas is always looking at the fucking newspaper, looking at magazines. They not tuned in. Now it's the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's always like something. I don't think marriage is a thing of the past. I think the marriage, the state's involvement in marriage, I don't think is needed any longer. But like, cause I can come up with my own contract. Like I don't need the state of Michigan to say if things go awry, this is what happens and whatnot. But just like that family structure, the love, the service, all that shit intangible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely.
I'm ordained. I married a couple people before. You know what I'm saying? It's because like I know that shit don't really matter because it's just me.
I don't make you an expert on fucking marriage because you downloaded some certificate and married a couple niggas though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just me. So you legally married a nigga like me who did the shit online for free just because I write my name on that shit. Oh yeah, we married. No, nigga, that shit y'all do day to day is the marriage. I'm just a nigga who's stamping that shit and sending off in the mail. Like, it really, I know people say that it's more than a contract. It's a contract. It's just a piece of paper because I signed the paper and I'm not special. Like, I don't got no special line on God, but like, yo, God, nigga, we got another one. We sending them up.
I definitely think marriage is a thing of the past with our generation. People aren't in it for long run anymore. I feel like a lot of people got motives dating people or trying to be with somebody. People are selfish. People just quit easily. Like, a lot of, like, just watching these past 2 years, people that had babies, they in a relationship at the baby shower, and when the baby come, they ain't together no more. Like, I've been to way more baby showers than I have weddings. I went to one wedding last year. And all these years, that was like, I hadn't been to a wedding. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I ain't been to a wedding in a long time.
Damn.
Probably since mine.
There's way too many weddings, though. I've been to a bunch.
Really? I definitely get invited to way more baby showers, for sure.
Funerals and baby showers.
So y'all think that's new, though? Like, niggas being unfaithful and like dipping out on marriage or not being married?
I wouldn't say unfaithful because I don't know what my granddaddy did, but I knew back in the day, like, marriage was what you was supposed to do. You was supposed to get married and take care of your family. But social media being a thing now, if your grandfather was cheating, couldn't nobody write him on Instagram, his wife on Instagram and say, this is what's going on. Or it wasn't nobody posting pictures. Like, it was way more discreet back then if they were cheating. I don't know if they was, if they won't. I don't know when that came about. But
the neighborhood knew.
The neighborhood knew.
Like, niggas knew. Like, they get on the phone, word of mouth travels.
Word of mouth.
People get to talking at the grocery store, gas
I see
station.
such and such down at the such and such with such, you know what I'm saying? And as soon as even if it was true or not, as soon as the word is out, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I can't even prove. No, nigga, my location say I was on the east side. No, you can't. It's just it.
Yeah.
But
there's probably only so many places you could go.
Why do you think that?
Like back then, like
all they did was go to work and go home.
Yeah, no, I don't think y'all got. So like the cities and the streets that we live now, these bitches used to be full of stores. The Detroit is like fucking barren right now.
Yeah.
But before everything, before the riots in what, 65? 67, like, all that shit was booming. Like, it was a store damn near everywhere. Like, I can't say it wasn't nowhere to go. Now, literally, there's not as many places to go because physically them buildings and them stores and those, they're not there. But, like, niggas been fucking since the beginning of time, okay?
Yeah, I don't put that past
partying,
cheating for sure. But
smoking, heroin, weed, coke.
Niggas was cheating, but family came first.
Yeah.
Like, family literally came first. It was no second guessing. It wasn't part-time family, part-time on the block. It was I'm going on the block, but I'm going home right after. Like, it was never no family was it.
See, to an extent, I agree. I had a cool family. My family, some of my family had a cool family. You know what I'm saying? But like, most of my friends grew up with single parents.
Still.
You know what I'm saying? Like, their parents wasn't together. Like, they never got married.
My parents were married, and like I used to look at my friends, and it was like I was like one out of maybe seven. One out of every seven of us, like, literally, who had married parents.
So let's just think. So I was born in 82, right? So if half my friends and your parents probably had y'all like 21, 22 years old, around the 20s, niggas popping out kids, or early, 16 to 20. You know what I'm saying? So if you drop 20 years before that, like, yo, people have not been. Everybody, I'll just say this: there are more people and babies made than there are marriages, and that hasn't changed.
I believe it. I didn't say last generation. I'm talking about the generation before that. Family was it. Marriage was a thing. Raising a family was how it was supposed to go.
But even if, this might sound crazy, but I feel like if a granddad was cheating and say him and his family was out and the mistress, like, she not gonna come up and say, she not gonna try to ruin the family.
I don't know about that.
You don't know?
Nope.
I don't want to bet money on that one. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Nah, they may not because of stigmas or some shit, or they may be about it.
I feel like the respect was just a little bit different back then.
I feel like Snap been around since forever. Like, when a woman get fed, it depend on the woman. When she fed the fuck up, like, I can't take it no more. I can't trust what the fuck she gonna do. I don't care what time. I don't care what generation and time it is. I can't trust. Like, it's a point where, like, she fed up, but it's a point of fed up to no return. And when she there, I don't even know. She might see my wife out in the streets like, bitch, I'm fucking them too. Like, I can't take that risk.
Yeah.
I can't take that risk.
That's funny.
Nigga, somebody ran up on your grandma like, I'm hitting that nigga too.
Oh, not other grandma.
I feel bad. If somebody ever did that to my grandmother, she already crazy. I can only imagine what she did. And she like in her early 70s and still be, you know, older people just be, she looked at me or took my parking spot. They be arguing about dumb stuff.
Now, I argued with a nigga a couple weeks ago because he took my parking lot at CVS. Like, we was outside of the car arguing. Because, nigga, you see me waiting. You see me waiting. You see me waiting. Like, we sat outside CVS and argued.
No, I'm not arguing.
Yeah, I ain't arguing with nobody.
I was just on one that night.
Niggas is crazy, so I'm not doing it. This is my spot, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in here, but, like, why you think you saw it first? Like, how you know that I didn't see it first? Like, or how you know I saw your car? I'm not about to unpark. Like, what? I'm about to go in here and get my shit, and I'll be out in a minute if you want to keep waiting there. But yo, niggas is crazy. So y'all seen that road rage into the quote unquote road?
When he was shooting through the window,
through his own window.
Yeah, who y'all thought was wrong in that?
I didn't see that.
Man, he was.
So look, the motherfucker in the other car shouldn't have threw some shit at the car.
Oh, I didn't know he threw something.
Like, he threw some shit and it hit the car.
Rolled his window down, and he threw. Ultimately, he threw a water bottle at his car, right? But like, while you in the car, like, and a nigga pull up on the side of you, whatever happened,
roll the window down and reach out with his hand. Like, nigga, I thought he had a gun too.
I'm supposed to wait and find out.
Yeah, I definitely thought I was being shot at.
And everybody was mad at dude. I'm like, I've done that. Like, you know, not shoot. You know what I'm saying? But like, you'll never know what type of shit.
I just think that it's always stupid when people get mad at your reaction to what the fuck they did to you. Like, I was literally minding my own fucking business. You could have rolled up, flipped me the bird or something, and kept going about your day. You would have got the same satisfaction. But like, nigga, the fact that you rolled the window down, threw an object at me, I mean, you get what the fuck you get. Like, I wasn't fucking with you. You fucked with me first, and then my reaction was what it was.
So they say my man who did the shooting was like, I guess my man was telling him, so he like brake checked him and shit. One, get off my ass. But like, so they say he was the aggressor in the road rage incident. Regardless of that, all right, fine. You don't like my driving.
I don't deserve to get shot at,
I'm an asshole while I'm driving, but you can't pull up on the side of me and roll your window down after we done had a little road rage. And, like, what I'm supposed to wait for it.
Yeah.
Police be like, I was in fear of my life all the time. So I'm like, yo, I was in fear of my life. Cause
shit, I thought that was a gun.
yeah.
Nigga, a water bottle hitting the side of your car going 50, 60 miles an hour probably do sound like a gun when it connects.
But you ain't got time to be guessing around.
Yeah,
You got to make a move or not.
As soon as you roll up on me and start rolling your window down, your hand come out.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta make it home.
Okay.
Man, I ain't got no problem with
it.
that shit.
That's why people don't need to be out here playing like that.
So look, man, there was this episode that y'all were on, and y'all was talking about wife qualifications and like wifely duties, and
I want to hear this.
And one was, y'all had two differing opinions. One was like, yo, I ain't doing none of that wife shit until I'm married.
I can guess. I can guess. Who said it. I can guess who said it. She's sitting right across from me. I can guess.
And I still feel the same way.
I'm gonna ask you some things about that, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ask your question.
So, what do you consider wifely duties? Let me just ask that first.
Outside of the, what did you call it? Agreement, or it's like an agreement. When you come home, dinner is cooked, kids in the bed, laundry clean.
You said you're not doing any of these things.
But if y'all got kids, I mean,
yeah, if it's my kid,
The
that's
wifely
different. But
duties
I'm just
started,
saying, like,
Okay.
I feel like
Fucking right.
I feel like the food you should cook for your husband, like especially like a good husband.
No, but
Let's take care of
help
him.
me out. I just don't want to get lost in this. These are the things that you said that you are not doing until you get married.
Don't expect me to do it.
Okay.
I have cooked. I have cleaned. I mean, that's a beautiful.
But it shouldn't be an expectation. If I do it, you
Yeah.
just be satisfied that it got done. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But they asked me like, well, how do I know that I want to marry you if I didn't see you do it? But I said it's not that I won't do it, but just don't expect me to.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want it to get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm doing this, we live together, and we never get married.
well, I think a wifely duty is moving in with somebody.
You remember I called it shacking up?
Yeah, like so probably.
That's what the old folks call it, shacking up.
I probably would like when you move in together with somebody. I mean, that's a giant commitment. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Y'all start mixing finances and responsibilities.
Habits.
Yeah.
You know, good and bad ones. You know, living styles. Because, like, that sleeping over for, like, 3 days ain't living with me. That's just you, like, sleeping over until you got to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
And then I get my space back and you go back to your space. So, like, that ain't really an accurate version of what it's going to be like living with you. Because, like...
It's not.
Nah, because you probably got some shit going on that you do in private in your private space.
Well,
that you probably don't need your husband being all in your business.
Yeah.
And then when y'all live together, you get all of that business.
You do.
I can understand where that comes from. So let me ask, because I wanted to ask a couple questions. Like, what do you think a husbandly duty is?
She gonna describe a slave
No.
or a trick.
A husband, no. He's a protector, a provider.
I have a question. We can come back to my question, but I do have a question about that statement. But please go ahead.
Just a leader. Those are like my top 3.
I would have to agree. Definitely all 3.
So I always wonder, like, where did you get this protector, provider, the 3P thing? Did you start saying that like after Steve Harvey kind of like put it out there?
No, my papa is married and he don't move without his wife. Like he don't make no real long decisions
That's
without
in the
her.
Bible though.
Yeah, and
The biggest Steve Harvey fan in the world. That's just why I said.
love him. But, but like my papa, the way he
Lace front don't get a lot of love around here.
Don't talk about my uncle.
He be wearing a lace front.
He wore a lace front for
years.
2 decades.
Yeah.
You know you little boy, but that ain't got nothing to do with
That
that
little high top
person.
fade he
He
had.
ain't got nothing
A
to do
nigga with a wig,
we thought the
a nigga
line was
with a
so
wig
crispy.
ain't giving me no
Man,
advice.
stop playing. Stop playing.
Nigga with a full wig.
Gotcha.
Come on.
Anywho,
That's
go
not
continue.
Yeah, but the way like I grew up seeing how my papa treat his wife, like I know that it's obtainable. Like I know that it can happen. So you can't come with nothing less for me.
I got you.
Fair enough.
So like you dating a person and he like, listen, I'm not gonna show you any kind of protection until we get married. I'm not gonna protect you consistently until we get married. And I'm not gonna show you any kind of leadership qualities.
And
I may
I'm
do it every once in a while.
And I'm definitely
but I'm
not
not gonna show
providing
you-
full time, and we ain't married. I might pay your cell phone bill
But, like,
every
you probably-
3 months.
I would think that if somebody was son-time me when they wanted to protect me while we was in a relationship, I probably couldn't expect you. I wouldn't be confident enough that you're gonna do that all the time. Or sometimes you lead and sometimes you don't. Prior to us going,
I wouldn't even want to marry you.
How would that feel? Because I don't know. I'm not a woman, so like how?
I feel like if you show me that you have those type of qualities, then okay. But what I expect in a marriage and a relationship are two different things. Like I guess I don't want to act like I'm married and I'm not, because I'm afraid that if I do, you might not marry me, because it's like, why would I marry you? And we good like this.
I think that's a valid fear. That it's fair, because why am I inclined to invest? And I've been getting what I want at a price I'll show you I'm comfortable with paying.
But people get married every day.
They do, but like sometimes you can't get caught in that rut. Like, look, nigga, I can be guilty of it. Like even with my ex-wife, like nigga, we was there. I was happy. Like she was elevating as a person, but I was like, shit, I'm comfortable as fuck right where we at. So I mean, it happens.
So
that's like, why would I get a new cell phone? If it works perfect, like if it's just working just fine for me. I mean, I don't know if that's
a new one came out. Every October, a new iPhone comes out.
True, but I mean,
New technology.
I'm over that, getting a new iPhone every year. But I've seen it happen. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, because it worked for her, it worked for her. It works for you and your partner, that's cool. But like, I just know that people can get comfortable in their situations. And if they comfortable, why do they feel like they got to move?
I had a conversation with my daughter last night when I picked her up from work. We was just riding back and we was talking. She had asked me something and the topic kind of switched to like adult relationships. And she was like, seeing somebody that she knew, and it was an adult. She ear hustling on some shit she shouldn't have been listening to. But they was talking about how this couple, they split 50-50 on bills. So I just asked her, I said, well, what do you feel about that? She kind of gave me a look. She was like, if I got to go half on all the bills, like I know I can just come back and live with you. And I was like, you right. You right, and I'm glad you know that, because like I don't.
She pay half the bills now?
No, she don't, and I wouldn't make her pay shit with her own. Like if my daughter came to live with me and she an adult, make sure your bills is paid, and daddy's going to take care of the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I don't get no fuck. And I'm just saying, I was just saying that to say this. Like I really got to look at like. I've been guilty of not dealing with women in the best ways. Like I've been a piece of shit ass nigga. I haven't, moved how I should move in a lot of dating situations. But like I want what's best for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like I want her to be treated a certain way, but this is somebody else's daughter.
Right.
And like they deserve a certain level of treatment too. And I've been guilty of that shit. Like I only want the best for my baby. And like, why wouldn't another woman want just the best for herself?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll be thinking like, I wonder what marriage is for certain people. Like, I was
Sometimes it's a business arrangement.
I was watching on Steve Harvey, his little judge show, right?
Which is the most ridiculous shit.
It's funny.
It's so funny.
I haven't seen it.
You got to. It's pure comedy.
I would like to see less of Steve Harvey on television.
He got like multiple
I
TV
enjoy
shows.
Family Feud, like to no end, like that.
Yeah, Family Feud.
He's perfect.
No.
For sure.
I didn't say less of Family Feud, but like Steve Harvey show, Judge Steve.
The Judge show is cool. I don't do them. Talk
I could get
show
without
shit,
that talk show. He could, he can lead that somewhere.
But so on that show, a woman took her boyfriend, her father of her 3 children, and they lived together. They've been together for over 20 something years. They got 2 homes together. They got like everything, but they not married. And she took him to court and sued him because like she was planning different bachelorette parties and shit, and they just never got married. And he don't want to get married. He say he proposed when they was like 18, when he's about to be deployed to Iraq. He did his little government, his military shit, and when he came out, he was like, I don't want the government involved in our union, right? So they've been married for 20 plus years.
Not married.
They've been together for that long. Mm-hmm. They got 3 children. She says he's like a wonderful mate, wonderful father. Like, I can't love him no more. Everything that he does for me is perfect, but I want to be married. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, like, well, then what is marriage then? Because if you wrote down everything that you want in a husband and you get that currently, and the only thing holding you back is that a nigga like named Jay Johnson didn't sign your shit. Like, what exactly are you looking for, right?
Damn, that's real.
Because if you have it already and you're ready to throw it all away, so I'm like, so is it?
I still feel like
party?
Everybody wants reassurance.
So look, he said,
I can't reassure you no more.
He was like, she was like, I want your last
want
name.
ring.
He was like, he said, well, let's change your last name. Because when you get married, it's just a name change for him. It's like not no special. Like,
you do say you married.
Yeah,
you don't say you single.
But like, yo, if you want reassurance, like, yo,
when you over 18, you can change your name to whatever the fuck
you can.
want to.
But
so
I'm
we don't
saying
have to go
on the sheet it say single, married.
Single.
On
and
a
I just
lot
want
of
to change my name.
And he's saying like, listen, you got my power of attorney. Usually like, what if something happened to him in the hospital? I can't. You're my power of attorney. Like, you can dictate whatever you want.
So what's wrong with just signing the paper then? Goddamn, she want to get married. Why would you make that hard?
He don't want the government involved. He wants.
Yeah, he said, why would a piece of paper prove my love to you? It's just a piece of paper.
I mean, obviously, the piece of paper is gonna make her happy, and if you want a happy life, you get a happy
I get
life.
it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I'm not gonna. If that's the thing, but it's like, well, listen, like, what is gonna make you secure? It's just the idea of that, or like, you want me to? Because we can come up with our own contract. Like, if things don't work out, you get 75. Like, I might come up with a contract that's better than the state of Michigan or wherever state you live in got the exact same contract for every single relationship.
Right.
And every relationship is different. Mm-hmm. This standard stamp contract, this may not even be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
Let's design our own. If this happens, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Like, I think that's when I say it's a marriage a thing of the past. I don't think you need the state to dictate that shit now. As two logically smart adults, y'all can come up with your own contract between yourselves, and
or it's like a rental contract. You come up with it yourself and you take it to court. They don't have to be fit. Like, every rental contract is different. And I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of marriages just be rentals anyway. Like, we just trying to see, like, I got 3 to 5 years to see if this works.
I would even understand it if marriage was like forever, right? But you can get out of a marriage quick. Like, so if I already proved over 2 decades that I'm in, what do you want?
What is it? I mean, at the end of the day, like, if we've been together 20 years, I'm not trying to hear you tell your man, oh, I'm with my girlfriend tonight. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm with my girlfriend and I'm 40. Like, no. Like, what? Like, you are with your wife.
And I'm 40.
Like, and I'm 40. No, not coming girlfriend.
I'm 40.
And you coming... You was your girlfriend.
I'm not married. I'm not married, so I would be coming girlfriend.
Because before there was a court system, people was getting married. Shit, we jumped the fucking broom. We do that shit at our weddings because we ain't need no paperwork to say we was together.
I get that.
Like,
what about the vows though?
I think you should do that because that's a spiritual marriage. That's between me, you, and God. It don't got shit to do with the state of Michigan.
Right.
Man, woman, and God. Like, we can do all that shit. You want a ring? You want to have a party? The whole 9 yards. We can confess our love the whole 9 yards. Like, but what exactly do the state of Michigan got to do with anything?
I get that. Well, maybe it's just the wedding and the ring and to say that
I think it's more than that. I think it's like psychologically. It's been ingrained what you saw with your parents. This is what I want.
Yeah.
You can't, you
Even
know,
if
you
I
can't
don't have
talk
a
me off
valid
the
reason.
you can't talk me off the ledge. I want it just because the fuck I want it.
Yeah.
And because I know it's out there, I want it. And that's just it.
But those are intangibles. I don't know if you seen the actual birth certificate. I mean, the marriage certificate. I seen the intangibles. I seen their everyday life, how they treat each other. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want
I've never seen
y'all
that
paper.
marriage certificate.
You know, what if
Right.
what if a nigga like me never mailed it out? I signed that shit.
Yeah.
But it was never mailed out. You found out like, oh,
No, I
we
know
been
somebody-
together 65
Yeah,
years, but
yo,
we're not
Never
married.
married.
I know somebody that happened to them when they went to get divorced. They was like, ain't even no legal marriage on file.
That's crazy.
And they had been together like 18 years.
That probably struck a nerve.
But you can't tell them in their life they wasn't married.
Yeah. True.
'Cause,
I
like,
get it.
that
I
paper
definitely
shit.
get what you're saying.
So I bring that up to say, when that husbandly and wifely duties and shit like that come up, I don't think that's something you can turn on or turn off. Like that shit,
Yeah.
if you a man and you a protector and you a provider,
That's
you're
just-
gonna do that shit in every relationship. If you a nurturer and you like to cook or clean or whatever, or just express your femininity in that particular way, like I don't think that's a thing that you can turn on and turn off. It's just some shit that you do.
Right.
And if you waiting for another man, be like, well, you know what? I haven't seen him do this consistently before we got married, but I'm hoping after we get married, he's gonna start
Yeah.
something new because he
You
didn't.
wouldn't even want to marry him.
Because he didn't got the milk for free. Basically, I ain't had to do none of that shit, and she still married me. So why do I gotta start doing it now? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think we should expect those things if we cross certain boundaries, right? Because once we start the sexual energy exchange, sex, like that's the thing. Cause like we can't be fucking for 10 years and be like, yo, I ain't doing no husband or wifely shit. Like, nigga, what? we fucking making lives and shit like that. So it's interesting when I hear those conversations. But there's not a right or wrong answer. It just be like, yo, this is what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get what I want.
It'll be people that tell you all the time, we've been together for 10 years and we ain't never had no type of problems and we like it how we are. Like, you know, and we ain't got to prove to the world that we love each other to go get married. Like, I didn't hear aunties and people say that.
Yeah.
But me personally, like, I do want to experience marriage. I can't say, you know, what'll happen if I do if I do got somebody and we like hit it off and, you know, I don't know, but I do want to experience it. Like I do want to be married.
Likewise, I don't think that shit is out. I don't think it's outdated. I think more people, black people, need it.
No, I think it would help like wedge the wealth gap getting married, and then like it's just scientific shit. Like niggas who get married live longer. Like nigga, if you want to live for a long ass time, get you a fucking wife. I mean, it's just scientific. It's science.
That's a
Men
fact.
who are married live longer than single men.
I definitely.
Because you don't know what's good for you. You really don't. And a good wife always gonna have your back.
And they
That's why I
always
can't take
know.
you to the Super Bowl party with me, because you know what's good for me. And I know this last cheesesteak gonna send me over the edge tonight. So I don't. But a wife would a good wife always got your back. She know what you should. She a step ahead of you. You don't even know you got to go to the doctor on Thursday because she already set up the appointment. Just show the fuck up. Like she a step ahead of your shit, and she keeping the family. Like she holding them up too. And I want to get married again. I'm a proponent of that shit. Look, I know where I fucked up like the first time, and I want to do that shit again and like get it right.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I mean I get it. I ain't knocking marriage at all. It just got to be right for everybody.
Got to be the right.
Yeah, because like I'm not getting married till I get what the fuck I want too.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta
that's
discuss
right.
what you want.
Yeah.
You gotta discuss what you want in the relationship and the marriage at the beginning. Put everything on the floor.
So Nuri Muhammad, you familiar with Nuri Muhammad?
Yeah.
This is what he said about picking a wife.
I don't know if people are aware of this, but the most important decision you will ever make in your life after choosing to believe in God is the mate you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Your mate will either inspire you to grow into your greatness or they'll confine you to complacency. They'll either be your other half or they'll make you half of yourself. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, like, a good relationship will make you more youthful and bring out the best in you, and a bad one will age you prematurely and bring out the worst. So choose wisely. You know what?
Shit.
And like that's it.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Or I know you like, yo, a good wife, a bad wife, or whatever. Like male or female, like you just gotta find the compatibility.
Yeah.
Like the one I'm compatible with.
Yeah.
Because more than anything, compatibility is what we should be looking for.
Just finding your person.
Yeah.
Your person is gonna fit you like a glove, and I mean, and it's just gonna work for y'all, and it don't have to make sense to nobody but y'all two.
Facts.
I mean, that's what people really need. Like, you know what, motherfuckers just ain't honest enough.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just need. I think you get to a certain age, like where you just don't get no fuck what other people think. Like, look, I got a list of things that I can't live with, but my list of shit that I can't live without, that's the one I hold the dearest.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, I need this just bare ass minimum in order to be what the fuck I need, in order just to be the best of me.
Yeah.
I need this shit. And I think, like, people should really be expressive about that shit, because, like, look, if I don't get at least this, like, I ain't gonna be the nigga that you need me to be. So I mean, and vice versa, because, like, that's what it really is.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, when you're not compatible and you force yourself to fit into a spot, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't ever want to feel like the person I'm with is holding back. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do some extra shit later. Like, no, give me everything right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to hold back from you. So if I feel like I want to do insert this what I'm gonna do. But, like, I almost feel like you lying to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you holding back for? Like, give me all of that shit.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, not like week one. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when we in we in love, we in a relationship, no, give me everything. Like, don't wait, cause shit.
Yeah.
I may not be here. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be this is another week. Like, it'll be fucked up if I'm waiting to do something for somebody and I'm cherishing every moment. Well, I didn't actually get to cherish every moment, and something happened, and, like, damn, I could have gave them everything I had. But anywho,
It wouldn't change you losing them, though.
I know, but it would
But I
have
would have changed what the last thing you had from. You would have had my all.
Yeah. I just thought about that
Just
shit.
saying.
Yeah, that was dope. So listen, man, this week it's been a lot of talk about shit that we all do in this room is podcast, and we talk and we give our opinions, and we talk on this microphone all day. And Joe Rogan had some issues this week. Well, it's really been about 6 months they've been trying to get Joe out the paint, and they have been unsuccessful. So they come with the nigga shit, because that's gonna get black people riled up.
And it's Black History Month.
Every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Black History Month.
I don't know if y'all know the full details of what's been going on with this whole shit. So
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
So Joe Rogan is the biggest podcaster ever.
Yeah.
Spotify deal worth $130 million or some shit like that. He get 11 million views a day on this podcast. Like, he's bigger than CNN.
Damn.
The whole
that's
9
heat.
yards, right? Like, he literally pulls in more views than Fox News and everybody combined daily. 11 million. And he has his podcast is pretty dope. He drop like a 3.5 hour podcast every day. He have a bunch of different people, different scientists, different anything. And they were mad at him because he wasn't going, or the scientists and things that he had on his program were a little bit different from the Dr. Fauci information and all this COVID shit. So they like, yo, you spreading misinformation. They try to get him canceled.
Damn.
Some white musician, like, if y'all don't remove Joe Rogan from Spotify, I'm taking all my music off. They kicked that nigga music off. Because, like, you can't, like, you're not going to bully us, whatever. So Joe Rogan has been podcasting for like 12 years before it was a thing. And they found 70 episodes where he said the word nigger. And somebody put together like a super clip of just the words. So it was like nigger.
On different episodes.
Yeah. And they put all that shit together and put it on the internet. And it don't look good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't provide any kind of context, but I mean, he's a white man, so it's like, yo, you should never say the word blah, blah, blah. So you look at some of the context and when he said it, like, he never called anybody that. He was always explaining the word or explaining what somebody said or talking about, like, Richard Pryor got a comedy album called That Nigga Crazy. So like when he referenced the title, he wasn't switching and just saying N-word.
But I still feel like he should.
Got it. perfect. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's been like it came up. We can't cancel them on some other shit, but I just feel that like, yo, we gonna use black people again to do our dirty work for us because so they found out that there's a company who they found out the person who started the initial tweets, and then they connected to a company who's connected to this Democratic super PAC who it's a political, like, we gotta get this nigga out the paint. You know what I'm saying? He's unbiased. Well, he doesn't work for the left or the right. So like, we need to control this shit, and you got way too many people. So
damn.
Now the conversation about whether he should say the word, well, this was like, some of the shit was like 12 years ago. Like, it's not current. Like, I don't currently say it, but like, I'm sorry. I understand. This not my word to use, even if it's not in a quote unquote derogatory. Like, I don't control this shit. I fucked up. I'm sorry. The whole 9 yards. So it got me to thinking about like the pod. Like, I can be canceled at any fucking time because I say some wild shit on the pod. On this pod, and on This Week in Culture. Like, I'm the bad guy on This Week in Culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say some wild shit.
Yeah.
I can be canceled at any time. In context, it's not wild. Sometimes it's just be getting these jokes off. But like how do y'all feel about somebody being able to find something from you from 12 years ago as a creative? Because we all talk, you know what I'm saying? And you just off the cuff, this your friend for a long time. We've been friends for fucking 20 years or some shit. Like, we just kicking off the cuff and somebody brings up like, yo, we gotta get this nigga out of here for this shit. It's like, yo.
It's some bullshit.
It's BS, but it happens. So most of the time, it's like, yeah, you could be yourself, but it's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. That can hurt you, whether it hurt you today or 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when you on platforms, you do have to watch what you say because you got a million people that's gonna call you out about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unfortunate and it sucks because half the time it don't be bad stuff. It just be good conversation. And because I chose to say it this way, that doesn't make me a bad person. But I hate how it try to mess with somebody's character. But realistically, that's what it does. I've seen people get like great opportunities taken away from them.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. But the people won.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, times change, right? Because shit, like, Twitter was a wild place in 2008.
Twitter is
you know what I'm saying?
Wild.
Like, but it used to be like, you used to get some wild shit off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, the social atmosphere changes every 5 to 10 years, and some shit you can say in the 90s, like, you can't say right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the niggers that he said was, he was referencing Red Fox, because they used to say nigga on TV, like on network television. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. But now you can't have that. You can't do that, right? So in one of these clips, he was referencing like, yo, Red Fox used to be like, insert the famous quote. It was like right around the time Mike Brown had passed or got murdered by the police. There was a clip, and Fred Sanford was in court, and he was like, the judge said something. He's like, look around here. I don't see no niggas in here. And he said, look around. Look at all these niggas in here. Look like, what the fuck he say? He says, it was some funny shit, but he said something nigga related. So he referenced that, and it's like, you know, on television in the 70s, like, that was normal. You can say that. You can say a whole bunch of shit, but like, you can't do that currently. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Three's Company.
Yeah.
So y'all know the whole premise around Three's Company was, I guess back in that time frame, he was acting like he was gay to live there with 2 women. So every time the landlord would come, he'd act gay, so he won't get kicked out for living with these 2 women and shit, because like, you couldn't be gay apparently at that time. Like, you can't put that show on TV right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, what are y'all saying? You know what I'm saying? Do we retroactively go back and like cancel the writers and the creators of this show? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
and you'd be canceling other great shows, The Jeffersons, All in the Family.
Because All in the Family, nigga was a racist motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, but
he said nigga, but I mean, nigga, George Jefferson was saying cracker every fucking week too. So I mean,
true.
And listen, I say some wild shit in my text messages, in my conversations. When I talk about, believe it or not, when I on this microphone, when I talk about white folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like we say it to like, when we say it like with quote unquote family, like we all understand the context that we saying. Like, yo, these white motherfuckers is crazy.
We just having conversation.
Y'all see the white motherfuckers that went down there during the Capitol? Like, I'm not literally talking about all white people.
Yeah.
But if somebody said that shit about black people, like, y'all see these black motherfuckers? Like, it's totally different.
Mm-hmm. True.
And like, we understand nuance when it comes to us, but nobody else.
Look, I don't make the rules. It just is what the fuck it is.
I don't want Joe saying the nigga. I don't want him saying that shit either. Like, yo, it's not some shit that you can say. It's just it is.
I don't care what the context is, nigga. Talk around it.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. Yeah.
The N-word.
I'm comfortable. We get it, but I'm not comfortable with that motherfucker using the N-word in any context.
How about
I know Spotify ain't gonna get Joe up out the paint. That's their cash cow. They gonna let him ride this media wave of it, and let the wave ride the fuck out, and then get Joe back into his shit. He not going nowhere.
They making money. They don't care about that.
And if he do go somewhere, another podcast network can snatch that nigga up with the quickness.
Rumble offered him $100 million.
Yeah.
Like, like whenever you want to leave, you know what I'm saying? He go $100 million.
I'll be on my. What time you need me there?
But
So,
like,
I mean,
even before the Spotify deal, he was making like $33 million a year on his own, doing his podcast, doing the UFC shit, and do all the stuff. So for him to be exclusively on Spotify, they had to come with like a bigger pay. Like, nigga, I make $30 million by myself.
Yeah.
So this deal gotta be.
It would be really difficult to negotiate shit with me, and I'm bringing in $30 million on my own two hands. Like, that bag gonna have to be so motherfucking ridiculous just to get my attention.
Yeah.
Cause like, nigga,
It has to be. I'm sure it is.
Cause if you paying me $130 million, like, how much you think you bringing in? You know what I'm saying? Cause that's a lot of motherfucking money. But like, nigga, that bag gotta be humongous.
Yeah. Like,
humongous.
You gotta give me 3 times what I make. Cause like,
at least.
Well, I mean, I'm not hurting.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm just it's a tough time that we living in. I say tough in air quotes because it's like first world problems and shit. But like the freedom of speech and like your ability to be a creative and to police what you can say. I don't know that I got the power to tell somebody what they can and cannot say. Mm-hmm. I don't want you. You can't say that shit to me. Right? Like, I control what you say to me. Like, you know, we have a conversation and you call me stupid or whatever. Right? I'm like, yeah, don't call me stupid no more. Yeah. I know I can't call this motherfucker stupid no more because, and if you do, now we got an issue. But like, how far do we got? I don't know. So a famous line of yours, putting babies in blenders. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna probably come back to hurt us at some point.
It will.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, put that baby in the blender. Whatever the fuck.
Turn that baby to a smoothie.
That's what.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Not all babies are blessings. Okay. We don't have to go into it this evening, but some children are meant to be here.
Oh my goodness, you feel like that?
I do.
Okay.
It's in 60% jest, right? But if you've been listening to the pod for a long time, it's been like
51-49.
It's been a running joke, you know what I'm saying, or a running thing. So if somebody from the outside hear that shit one time, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like we never take the context. And this not got shit to do with Joe Rogan because like this don't say nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we good.
Yeah.
But like we don't never take in context of what you saying and like the times that we in. Cause I mean you can't even like she and him is different now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the pronoun thing that we do now, that wasn't we used to be able to say midget. That was like now that's like a slur.
Yeah.
But like that was
retard, nigga. Retard.
Like that was a
retard
clinical
is seen
term.
as a slur.
Like that was a clinical term that was on paper. Like I didn't make this shit up. Like they gave it to us, but now it's like, yo, you can't say that shit. Like the term, I don't even know if I should, you know what I'm saying? Like the term like transvestite used to be a thing.
Right.
But now it's, you're trans man, trans woman, trans whatever. But like we didn't make that word up to be, like that was the word. But like things change. So now if you hear a video clip from the 80s or the 90s and shit, and somebody say the word tranny, like that's a slur to people now.
Damn, I ain't know all that. I ain't know they switched it up like that.
And that's so you on a pod or some shit and you say something like that,
Yeah.
and now they coming after you, and now you a bad person and like you insensitive. It's like,
Oh God.
and when we watch something on the television, say if someone's not familiar with the pod and that's all they see, now they got a whole narrative about you and who you are as a person, and now you be like, now people got to either roll with you like, but I know her heart, she not really like this, and now you apologize. I guess
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy, y'all. I am who I am. I say what I say. It just is what it is.
I don't want to hear a super PAC of me saying that shit, but it might come up one day.
I just want.
Whose man's is this? Just remember that. When we get there, don't turn your back on me because we got here together.
Whose man's is this? This is my man.
Yeah, I'm with Jay Johnson. Just remember that.
That part.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. So I just hope. I always think about this shit all the time. Is that like, if somebody's seen some wild shit on the news or crime in the D, and my face is posted somewhere with a crime that's like, yo, this just don't seem like him.
Yeah.
I just hope people gonna be like, yo, that's not him, and they'll stick up for him. Or, man, you never know what niggas be on. Like, no, don't hit me with that. Like, if you know me, you know me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
I'm gonna ride with my niggas right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's when I don't know.
You know, you ride for them in public, you correct shit in private. That's just how it is.
That's how it
is.
I think.
But I would feel real bad, like if something wild I said fucked up the bag for you too. Like I feel real bad.
Yeah.
But we got here together.
Well, I mean,
We drove here together.
that's how I'm sticking beside.
Ride or die. Yeah, ride or die.
You mentioned you want to do a couple One Gotta Goes, right?
Yeah, because
Did you think of something?
I wanted to do the Oprah one.
Yeah. So listen,
Because y'all, I've listened to y'all podcast. I like the way y'all interview people, and I don't want to discredit things. Like y'all get these rap niggas in here, they sit across the table from y'all. Y'all do the wild look stare thing at them to get them to calm down, and they start telling y'all their whole lives. They start talking soft and not big and bad like they do on these records.
Yeah.
So I like y'all interview style, and I know that y'all like smart and witty and got like real fly mouths and out there opinions. So we play this game with guests called One Gotta Go, where we throw 4 things out there, and you just tell us which one gotta go.
Okay.
all right. So this one is I think it's a difficult one, but I'm interested to see which one of y'all gonna say. So one of these people gotta go: Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, Beyonce, or your mama.
Beyonce can go.
She really over there.
It ain't nothing to think about for me.
Oprah Winfrey.
Shit.
Yo, them the same answers that we gave.
Yeah, that's generally the consensus. We say Oprah got to go because she's never done anything better than Love on Top.
That's a fact.
Oprah?
Love
Oprah
on
has
Top
never topped
is
Love
better
on
than
Top.
anything
I did like that
that,
school she opened up, but
Yeah,
Did
I
you
like
hear
the.
about what's going on there? Sis?
Oh,
no, I didn't
God.
hear it.
I ain't hear it.
I only saw the beginning, so
Yeah, it's
I'm not hit.
It's not all good.
but I ain't heard.
Oh, man. Well, I might need to do my research there. Hold on.
Love on Top still.
Yeah, Love on
wins.
Top is better than anything that Oprah's ever done in her life, and Oprah has done some great things in her life.
Yeah, I feel like she did some great things.
But like
I was trying to get around
in
to
real
for the
life, it would
knowledge.
probably be Michelle.
Michelle?
Yeah,
I love her.
I love her.
She was one of just the fly. I just love her and O together. I just love. Well, she's Obama too, but
you know when I realized that Oprah Winfrey was evil? This was like 2006 and shit, right? And I asked a bunch of women, I was like, yo, if Oprah Winfrey ran for president, would you vote for her? They was like, yes. I was like, why? Because I love Oprah, right? Just how y'all said I love her, and everybody said the exact same thing in the exact same cadence, like, because I love Oprah. I'm like, she didn't got us.
She did. She done hypnotized and got.
Would y'all vote
We
for
got
Michelle Obama?
yes.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Why?
I read her book.
I was about to say I read her book, but she's just a smart woman. Like she, I hate to say it, got it out the mud, but she a real one. I feel like she held it down.
She relatable.
She is. She's very transparent, and she's a great mom. She's a great wife. Like, how wouldn't she be able to run the country?
I'm not mad at that.
She was behind her husband running it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I thought y'all was gonna be like, because I love her.
Nah.
I was trying to see if it was the brainwashing
And she a
thing.
boss.
Yeah.
Who's she bossing?
She just
She bossed around the president, so I mean,
but I'm saying she could have just been sitting around soaking up, just being his wife. She made her own platform. Like, she was doing her own thing on top of, being the president's wife.
But that's like the first lady package. If you're the first lady, they hook you up. They give you a charity. They drag you out, take pictures.
But to be honest,
shake
that's the only
kids'
first
hands.
lady I knew about. Like, was actually hands-on with. That I actually wanted to watch. She got I don't know if it's still on there. It was a documentary on Netflix.
how many times you had a chance to vote?
2 times.
2 times.
But my papa still was the type that'd make me sit down and watch CNN around the voting times, and then when it go off, ask me everything that happened, like to make sure I was paying attention. Yeah, like, because he said, how are you going to live in the world and you don't know what's going on?
That's a fact.
So, like.
But you think you found out what's going on in the world off CNN?
No.
No, that was literally just one thing that he had me do on top of like doing research and stuff. But I'm saying around the time when it's voting, doing they doing they stuff, they things, and he made me look at everybody. Like, he never told me who he was personally voting for, but he feel like, how can you be a citizen in this world? You don't have no knowledge of what's going on in it. Like,
that's a fact.
So he was always, he was just a teacher. I mean, he smoked weed and he always thinking. So,
period.
That's dope. First president election, I clearly wasn't old enough to vote in, but the first one I remember, because they was showing us like the papers in like, this was Jameson, so this must have been like 2nd grade or some shit. It's like Michael Dukakis, whoever he was running against. That was Ronald Reagan, maybe? Who the fuck knows? But like, I remember they was trying to tell us that type of shit in like school and try to get us involved, but I ain't vote until Kwame came around.
The history in school is not as big as it should be, I don't think. I think they tell us about the same people. I don't feel like they bring us up to current knowledge for real. Like,
that's a fact.
Well, the kids today, because these kids today, I be asking like little questions and they don't be knowing the answers to, and I'll be like, oh, well, when I was your age, I had to know the answer to that.
And it's so crazy because niggas got like phones. Like, you should damn near know everything, because if you don't, you can literally pull up and Google anything. They ain't kind of reference y'all pod, and y'all have some pretty cool guests on the pod. Y'all also be out and about. You know what I mean? I seen y'all rubbing shoulders, with Gilly and Wallow. I seen y'all rubbing shoulders with Yo Guy. You feel me? What kind of, did y'all pick up $1 million worth of game when y'all?
We actually did. They was real cool. How did we link up with them?
Well, we kept DMing them. And then, like, we finally got a response.
Oh, yeah, the manager came through.
And then the day of their event, we were planning to go, but we hadn't got a response. So, like, that was the point of going. Like, because they was coming here at one point. And we had an event that weekend, and we was not prepared to go, but we went. We flew to Chicago. We was on a plane. It got delayed.
Oh my goodness!
The show had already started.
We was late to the show. We like, damn. We went because we were supposed to talk to them before the show. Like, once the show is over, people ready to go.
Thanks.
But they was still cool enough to let us come backstage, talk to them, gave us $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
Told us to keep going. Gave us some pointers here and there. They was cool.
Yeah. It was cool to actually get to know, see them in person versus, a podcast. Although you can get to know people if you watch a podcast, but like just actually putting your hands on it was different, that.
I think y'all started sometime around April or so when y'all first pod, and just listening to y'all and seeing y'all, like, I can see the growth and the more comfortable you guys are in front of the mic and in front of y'all guests or what have you. Like, I had a guest in here this week. It was an interesting episode. But like, Daisy, I think you was flexing a lot in this episode, and like flexing not as in like a bad word. You was flexing your style to pull information out somebody who was not forthcoming with information. And like, I probably would have got frustrated at this particular point. And you was like, nah, let me go back in. Let me ask a different way.
You don't give up. You're not supposed to give up.
No, I was frustrated.
I could tell. Like, she was literally what the fuck is this?
I was ready to get up because it was just like, I felt like he was wasting my time. Like, it's like, I don't know if he wanted to do it or he was nervous or, I mean, I know he wanted to be around us. So it was just like, once I got that vibe, because he didn't want to talk about nothing. Because he was like, all right, y'all start the conversation. Of course we're starting the conversation. Like, you have to. And I don't. He didn't want to be here.
I'm like, man, niggas gay. I was like, what? I like, niggas is weak and gay. I was like,
you know, when you get a guest, you kind of want to go get to know, see who you dealing with before you deal with them. And I'm like, you know, Daisy was like, well, you know, I listen to your music. It put me in a dark space. And he was like, no, fuck that shit. I don't want to talk about that. Like, and she was like, okay. So then we asked a few more questions. He spun the block and was like, what you mean when you say my music put you in a dark space? What you mean? So then we elaborated on that.
I just felt like maybe he was nervous. He didn't really know what to do, what to say. We are two beautiful young women. He's seen us in the flesh. Like, you feel me?
Y'all
like,
glamored him.
In real life, like, real talk. The conversation was so awkward, but it's like, I mean, this is what you're here for. This is what we gotta do. And that's just that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely wild. I do like the kind of variety that y'all have on the pod, where it's not just, I don't just hear gossip all day.
Yeah.
Y'all do have a way of making people comfortable on the pod, where it don't seem like, we just here for the tea and like to try to embarrass you or try to get something.
That's definitely not what we doing. We not trying to get the tea. We not trying to know your deepest, darkest secrets. We want to catch a vibe and have a good conversation.
Okay.
If you want to talk about what you got going on, let's talk about it. If you want to talk about something you had going on, let's talk about it. Like, everything should be relatable. Everything should be a real good flow. Like, and that's literally all we trying to do. So when we did have a guest that it wasn't a flow, it was different, but I was up for the challenge. I was still
entertained by the episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I'll put it out. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Any big upcoming guests or people y'all want to talk to that's in the horizon for y'all?
We got them floating around with we got the yes. It's just a matter of the day and the time.
Yeah, but we working on it.
So y'all don't answer this question, but I refer to Dame like, yo, man, it be so hard to get niggas to show up on time sometimes, or especially like if they'll ask to be on or do some shit, and then like, yo, where you at, my nigga? Like, yo, and I like how y'all kind of switched it. Y'all up the business game of the podcast. And like, yo, this not just niggas in here talking. Like, this a business now.
Yeah.
And like, you fucking up the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello?
It be wild.
Like, you don't waste nobody's time. That's why we got to be real particular.
That make me so mad when somebody late because I be on time. And then it's like, you got to respect other people's time.
Yeah, because you don't know what I had planned after this. You don't know what I had to do, where I was coming from. Like, I put this in at this time, so I expect to be doing it at this time. Like,
Yeah. Well, where can people find the pod?
YouTube and all major podcast platforms. RT, Adore, the letter N, Daisy.
yes, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all need to, if y'all are watching this right now, please go on YouTube. Subscribe.
I don't like how that YouTube switched it up.
They be doing their own thing.
You know what I'm saying? To monetize your page, they got these different. You gotta have X amount of followers, X amount of streaming time and hours. Cause my page was monetized like years ago. At first, it was like once you get 1 million views, your shit monetized.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Yo, we changing this shit. We taking it away."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I fuck with y'all shit, man.
Thank you so very much.
I got a whose man's is this? So
go ahead.
This week, whose man's is this? All right, so I really can't flex like I really wanted to flex on this nigga because I don't like him. But the headline this week was Joe Biden is giving $30 million
to the crack pipes, bro.
To pass out crack pipes, right?
Come on now. Is that for real?
I mean, it is, but it's not, right? So it's a bill, and $30 million is going towards this a company, and one of the things that they are doing are trying to. So the reason that they're doing the whole crack pipe thing is because most people use the syringes, and the syringes is what impacts the HIV rates and all the other stuff. So they like, look, if y'all gonna be doing it, fine.
They do it cleaner.
Do it
a little
safer.
cleaner.
And that's one of the things that this company or this organization is going to use the money. It's not like $30 million on crack pipes.
Right.
However, I'm gonna hit them with a whose man's is this, because that's y'all fault on the messaging that y'all let out. Like y'all, like you the fucking president. Y'all can control the media. Y'all can control the headlines. You know that's in the bill. You should get out in front of that and put that information out. I also don't like that you can be quote unquote compassionate to put money and funds toward this. Why don't you just decriminalize it? Because you're still gonna put me in jail if I sell the person crack. Right. But you're gonna give them the utensils to use it safely. But you're gonna put me in jail if I do it. I'm a proponent for all drugs being legal and decriminalizing all drugs, not because I think you should use them, but I think the black market that's created for them is where all the murder, death, and all the crime comes from. But I think there should be safe places for people to go to handle their addiction, and that $30 million could be put into. Like, so the $30 million for that stuff is where it should be going, right? But all the other money that we put into tracking down criminals who sell drugs should also be going there too. So a giant budget to get people off drugs, prevention, different programs or whatever, because New Zealand did this years ago and they pretty much cut their drug problem like down by like 75%. You can go and get drugs and stay here, use the drugs, they're clean. And then they put programs to fix people's lives, and they found out like when we fix their life, they stop using drugs.
Damn, that's
versus punishing.
And the United States ain't trying to do no shit like that.
I mean, they might as well. I mean, they doing it with weed. Fuck it, go to CVS and get your heroin, or go to insert whatever and get your shit. Because at least it won't be stepped on. At least it won't have no fentanyl in it. You know what I mean? I kind of think that fentanyl shit kind of capped too, by the way. But like. They give people fentanyl in the hospitals, right? For
to help them come down off of addiction. Yeah.
So how does this one drop of fentanyl kill people and they give it to people in hospitals?
Because they ODing on it in the streets. Like niggas ain't measuring that shit up. Like,
they talking about, like, I don't know if you've seen those things. They'll put like a quarter there. They'll put like some cocaine and they'll put this one drop of fentanyl. They'll be like, this is how much it takes for you to OD. Yeah, I'm like, if that's like, I don't know, but I don't do heroin, so who the fuck knows? But in any event, like, I don't like this nigga. All this COVID shit is about to be over second week in March.
Thank God.
Watch it. They gonna all the restrictions and everything, because when that nigga got to do his State of the Union address, he gonna act like he fixed it. So all the restrictions and everything gonna go away second week in March. Shit, I was right about. Volume 25 is gonna be. I'm telling you, it's gonna be over. He gonna act like he did it, and he didn't. You know, I don't fuck with Sleepy Joe. But whose man's is him for giving out $30 million worth of crack pipes? Even though I know that's not the real thing, but I'm getting these jokes off.
It sound better that way. It sound better that way. I sent you a text message, but I know you ain't get it. Disconnect from the Bluetooth, if you don't mind.
All right. You can go ahead and connect.
All right. Boom. So my music pick of the week, I only know the song on SoundCloud. I got this song a couple weeks ago. Then I kind of forgot about it, and then we did the 300 episode, and I was just being a bad friend. But the song is produced by Chains, featuring Guilty Simpson and my dog Mo Dirdee. The name of the song is Hey. It's less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yo. Hey. To my mercenary killers, hey, what up? To my dog 5'9", pouring up. Marv 1, Quest McCody, King Gordy Shimmy. Bango catchphrase and my man's envy. I'm a bastard son, I blast at targets. One eye closed, long wink and spark it. You getting all antsy, I'm dirty as the Ganges. River give him a 2-piece, I chump pansies. Monkey business, stop here, swing if you wanna. Long hangovers with the team in the coma. Even out of town, I steam with the loner. Saucepan, your boss man, I dethrone him. Super MC, what up? Dreadnought still running through my blood.
We gonna run the whole thing?
What up,
we ain't gonna be able to put it in the pod.
Contact, I love.
We get tagged on YouTube.
Okay, well, then you're gonna have to go on spot. You're gonna have to go on SoundCloud and listen to the rest of the song. But it's called "Hey," again by Chains, Guilty Simpson, and my dog Mo Dirdee.
Yeah, that's what's up. I fuck with everybody involved, actually.
Yeah. I saw Guilty Simpson one time rap in person down at the Lush in Hamtramck. This nigga spit a verse that made the room shake. He was talking about pushing. He was talking about pushing niggas face first in Yellow Snow. And that bar, like it was one of them snowy nights. The bar just, you know, that open mic crowd. The energy is just a little bit different. And Guilty Simpson killed it.
Time for the Benny.
Oh man, and I'm not connected.
See?
I'm not even on my job. So look, I know your partner left up out of here, but this.